What ancient family tradition did you put a stop to? My family has this tradition that goes back like 4 generations. Every Christmas Eve, all the women in the family have to cook this massive dinner while the men sit in the living room watching football. I'm talking about a full spread. Turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, 3 different casseroles, homemade rolls, pies, the works. It takes literally all day to prepare. Growing up, I remember my mom, my aunts, and my grandma would be in the kitchen from sunrise until dinner time. They'd be exhausted, sweating over the stove while my dad and uncles were lounging on the couch yelling at the TV. When I was little, I thought that's just how it was. Once I turned 12, I had to join them in the kitchen. My grandma would say, "Time to learn your place in this family." I hated it. Every Christmas Eve, I'd be stuck peeling potatoes for hours while my brother got to relax and play video games. Last year was supposed to be my first Christmas hosting at my house. I'm 28 now, married to my husband Jake for 2 years. My whole family was coming over, about 30 people total. 2 weeks before Christmas, my mom called to go over the menu. She started listing everything I needed to buy and prepare. I stopped her and said, "Actually, I was thinking we could do something different this year." She got quiet, then she asked what I meant. I told her I wanted to order catering, or maybe everyone could bring a dish, make it easier on everyone. She sounded hurt. She said, "That's not how we do Christmas. This is family tradition. We cook together." I pointed out that cooking together really meant the women do all the work. She got defensive, saying, "That's just how things are. The men work hard all year and deserve to relax." I asked if she thought the women don't work hard all year too. She didn't have an answer for that. She just said, "Your grandma's going to be very disappointed in you." The next day, my Aunt Sarah called, then my Aunt Linda, then my grandma, all of them trying to convince me to do the traditional dinner. My grandma even said I was disrespecting generations of family history. I talked to Jake about it. He said it was completely up to me, but he thought the tradition was outdated anyway. He offered to help cook if I wanted to do it the traditional way. That's when it hit me. Why couldn't the men help? Christmas Eve came and my family showed up around noon. My mom, aunts, and grandma headed straight for my kitchen with bags of groceries. My dad and uncles went to the living room and turned on the game. I stopped everyone and said I had an announcement. I told them we were doing things differently this year. Everyone was going to help cook, men included. You should have seen their faces. My Uncle Rick laughed and said, "Good one." I told him I was serious. My grandma looked like I'd just insulted her entire bloodline. My dad said, "Son, we don't cook. That's women's work." I looked right at him and said, "Then I guess you're not eating tonight." The room went dead silent. My mom tried to smooth things over, saying we should just stick to tradition. I stood my ground. I said either everyone helps or we're ordering pizza. My brother was the first one to get up. He said, "I'll help. Where do you want me?" Jake joined him, then my cousin Mike. One by one, the younger guys started coming into the kitchen. The older men sat there looking uncomfortable. My Uncle Rick finally got up, mumbling something about setting the table. My dad took another 20 minutes, but eventually he came in and asked what he could do. I handed him a potato peeler. We all cooked together that night. Yeah, it was chaotic and my Uncle Rick burned the rolls, but we got it done in half the time. And for the first time ever, my mom actually got to sit down and relax before dinner. After we ate, my grandma pulled me aside. I thought she was going to yell at me. Instead, she grabbed my hand and said, "I wish I'd done this 40 years ago. This year, we're hosting at my house again, and you better believe everyone's helping in that kitchen."